And ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at the Harding High School Telecom production. And my name is Scott Cameron, and we are watching a Lady Prexy basketball team take on the Shelby Whippets. And to my right is a familiar voice.
It's good to be back. I got to tell you, folks, it's good to be back. Between coaching youth wrestling and a bout of COVID that my wife and I struggled through, I missed some games. So it's good to be back. So before this broadcast, we were talking about the respective teams here. Lady Prexy's got what? They're one game over 500 right now.
7-5, 5-3 in the league.
5-3 in the league. So they're fourth place in the league. So considering a lot of the talent that they lost last year, I would say that so far this has been a very successful season for them. But this is a Harding broadcast here, but let's talk about the Shelby Whippets, Coach.
Oh my goodness! Well, let me count thy ways.
Count them, man. Count
they
them.
They are 13-0, 7-0 in the conference. And here's the scary thing: they have a girl that's third in scoring, in steals, and first in assists in steals.
There we go.
And fourth in blocks. But really, they're pretty evenly keeled. They don't have a whole lot of league leaders on the team outside of a couple girls, and they are that good. Yeah. Their closest game they have is a 3-point game against Margaretta, who's 9-4. So they're good up there too. So they are a very solid team, but, hey, it's high school basketball.
Anything can happen on any given night. You betcha.
In fact, if God came back right now, Harding would be declared the victor, 2-0.
True story, yeah. 2-0, and the Prexy's just forced a turnover.
Now's the time, Lord. Now is the time.
The rapture. Oh, there we go. Justice Steinman Ross.
4-0 lead. And but gosh, here's the thing, folks. That's perfect fundamental execution.
Yep.
Drive the ball, draw the defender, bounce pass to the block.
And that was a great bounce pass.
Yeah, and Shelby's putting on a full court press here. Oh, nice little pass of her own, but Grace Thompson.
Kind of shocked that wasn't a foul there, but must have been all ball.
Jackson takes to the lane and can't get the kiss off the glass.
In and out, in and out.
Left-handed shot by Albert put up and couldn't find the bottom of the hoop.
Good rebound, Keontae Jackson.
Yep, and there's still time for the rapture and us to be declared the victors.
Absolutely. Well, and it should be noted, too, that this Shelby team didn't graduate a lot of people last year and were second in the league to our Lady Prexys, who had a dynamite season last year.
And they had two college basketball players playing on that team. So it was a very, very, very strong team. And so you're right. When a team loses in high school, when a team loses players like that in a class like that, oftentimes there's a huge drop-off. But the fact that we are above 500,
absolutely,
with a new coach and new program.
And not only that, too, you lost a kid to an injury this year who was a starter. You lost
yes.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Paige was Paige was injured for the first half of the season, and of course Iden.
Kristen Iden. I'm sorry.
So Taylor Iden.
Kristen's her mother.
Mom.
Well, they're my neighbors.
Yeah.
So I'm drawing like a blank here. Like, my God, I see him and talk to him every day. Why can't I think of that young lady's
name? It's a COVID fog. We'll blame the COVID fog.
It very well could be, Coach. Very well could be. So, essentially you graduated a couple kids, and you also lose a couple college basketball players, and you lose Iden. That is that's tough to rebound from that. But there you go. And we got one. And you got one.
Yes, dribbles all the way down, takes it to the block, and says thank you.
Well, and I think another thing, too, not to cut off your thought there,
you're good.
But another thing to think about is not only the Lady Prexy's couple games over 500, but they have two freshmen on the floor for them that start. That's impressive. So you lose who you lose. You lose the three starters, two of which are college basketball players, one of which is injured for the season, and you have two freshmen out there, and you've still managed 12 games into the season to be 7-5.
That's pretty good.
That's impressive.
and one thing I noticed here defensively, that's going to be a jump ball. As a post player, if you ever get the ball and you're in transition, and if you don't get rid of that ball quickly, you've got to hold it up to your chin and your elbows out. Fundamentals. It gives it right back to the inbounder, and she didn't throw that up. Olivia Baker struggling there a little bit. The free throw line dishes it off to the other Baker. Oh, my goodness. But I noticed that, of course, one of the Haley Baker and Sophie Neese. Sophie Neese is first in assists in the conference, and Mitchell was guarding her the entire time, one-on-one. So I'm sure Coach White told her, make her life miserable.
Well, and Mitchell, from everything I've watched this year, that young lady has a motor, and she is all over the place.
Yes, it's 100% every single time. And, we've talked on the past few broadcasts, she's had some freshman mistakes, but she's going to learn from them. And because of her high motor, she'll get better. She'll mature and grow as a player.
Both free throws missed by Shelby.
Speaking of Mitchell.
Don't see that every day.
You know what else you don't see every day?
Pig with wings?
A man eating his own face.
Okay, there's that. You'd have to have a pretty stretchy face to do that.
Don't worry about that, Todd. Steinman Ross with the ball in the block, turns around and kind of seemed like she had another step that she could have taken to drive in and position herself. One thing I've noticed with Justice is the way she
nice shot.
Olivia Baker, senior, throws that in for three. One thing I noticed with Simon Ross, one thing she does, she will settle for a 6-foot jump shot when she does. If she were able to position her feet, which would align her hips, she could take one more drop step and just go right into the basket. So at the next level, which I'm sure she will have the opportunity to play at the next level, I'm sure her coach will develop her.
Absolutely. Skill. Well, the thing with a young lady like Justice, to have the height that she has in women's basketball, you don't get a lot of 6'1", 6'2" players, and if you do, a player like that, there'll be a college out there that'll take a young lady and just.
Because she can shoot, too.
Absolutely.
She can shoot threes,
and
too.
play.
So
absolutely.
She can handle the ball. She can shoot. Oh, my.
Man. That took more bounces than a 5-year-old in a bounce house.
That was if there's really more bounce to the ounce or more ounce to the bounce.
How many ounces is a basketball? We're going to have to Google that. I'm just curious.
That is a good question.
How heavy is a basketball? Just curious.
I'd probably say 25. I'm going to say 25. As turnover given over to Shelby. Baker turns up the three off the front of the iron and rebounded. Rebounded again by Albert. Padding the stats. It's 11-6 with a little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Shelby setting up in a half-court trap press. And Mitchell, speaking of trap press, got away with a little bit of a walk. But
yeah, a little bit.
Steinman Ross, speaking of shooting a three. She's a little bit off balance, and Jackson
there we
got away with the walk again.
Keani Jackson doing a little bit of everything here tonight. Got to give a shout-out to the boys basketball team that put together a good old, as Marty Brenneman of the Reds would say, a good old-fashioned butt-kicking of the Pleasant Spartans last night. I think they won by 25. I think it was like 71 to 45-ish, 6-ish, something like that.
Well, I got there in the fourth quarter, and it was well within the realms of victory. And it definitely looked like it was a bloodbath in the first half.
Yeah. Well, I talked to my buddy who actually coaches out there, and they're actually dealing with some injury issues right now.
Yes.
So even if Pleasant were healthy, I still think the Prexies may have been too much for him, but I don't know if the Prexies would have been 25-plus points too much for him. You know what I mean?
Yep. And CJ was back, too. Man.
Yeah, CJ Temple is back for us. That's good. That's good, absolutely. Hey, I want to take a moment early on in the game here and just send my condolences to Coach White and his family as his grandfather passed away this week. I've known Coach White since he was a young man in high school. His granddad was somebody who was always around, and just my condolences to Coach White and his family. Coach Geyer as well. You know, Coach Geyer and Coach White are brother-in-laws. So my condolences to the White family as they're dealing with a tough loss right now. So our thoughts are with them.
Indeed. It's bigger in the game of basketball, right, Coach?
Absolutely. It sure is. Sure is.
Speaking of that, 8-13, Shelby with the lead, and Jackson gets her shot blocked, and somehow Steinman Ross ends up with it and fouled, and she'll get 2 opportunities at the line.
Good for her.
Get over here.
Speaking of that, your thoughts on what do you think the greatest video game of all time is?
You know,
because that's a little Mortal Kombat there. So
I tell you what, you know, to be quite honest.
There we go, Justice.
As we are 1 for 2 from the line, and as a team, and tell you what, Super Nintendo Final Fight.
Okay.
I love that game.
Okay.
Final Fight, and I never played Final Fight 2, and there's supposed to be a Final Fight 3, but it was a limited edition release. And a foul by Jackson, and boy.
I think Kiani's maybe got 2 fouls now.
Baker kind of turned into her, and
never mind. That's her first.
And
okay.
Jackson kind of took the bait, and so I mean, it kind of probably wasn't expecting that one, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was expecting the cliche, the Tecmo Bowl, or one of the Marios or something like that.
I don't know what it is. I think it's because just as a kid, my brother and I played Final Fight together. You know, I think that's the nostalgia of it. You know.
Well, I'm a sucker for. I certainly love the Mortal Kombats, but I got to tell you, I loved my Nintendo. I loved my original PlayStation. You know, I got a couple other game systems now, but there was something about Sega Genesis that I just loved, and NBA Jam on Sega Genesis was like next world, like all world greatest.
You didn't like the NBA Jam on Super Nintendo?
I mean, I played it on Super Nintendo because my buddies had Super Nintendos, but there was just something about it. Gracie Thompson goes the line here. Favorite video game, though, of all time. Now, Super Mario Brothers 3, close second. Gotta love Tecmo Bowl. But my brother, like you and your brother, would played Final Fight. My brother and I
or Mario Kart,
Mortal Kombat, and NBA Jam.
Yes.
See, I was never a Mario Kart guy. It was never my thing. I didn't dislike it. It just wasn't my favorite.
That explains everything. 3 for 5 as a team from the line.
It's because I'm not a Mario Kart guy.
And that's okay.
It explains all these things you've been thinking about me all these years. You're like, that's why.
Just wait till I get the red shell, buddy.
Gracie Thompson gets both of them from the line.
Yeah, that's actually really big because, you know, Harding really struggles offensively from the line.
Absolutely.
So those are 2 nice makes for Gracie. Good job by that part. Baker driving to the left side of the hoop. And the other Baker driving also to the hoop from the other side and puts it up.
Oh, I don't know about that foul.
So Haley Baker and Olivia Baker, I don't think they are. Well, they're not twins, but I don't think
same grade.
They're same grade.
Cousins, maybe.
I know Baker's a pretty relatively common last name, of course, right? But I don't know. I mean, I don't think they kind of look a little bit alike, but I don't know.
Cousins, maybe.
Maybe.
Non-fraternal twins, maybe? Or which one? Fraternal? Is that it? I don't know.
That is a possibility.
Shelby people are tuning in this tomorrow night. They're like, well, those guys just shut
up. So is Shelby set up in a 1-2-2 half-court press. We used to call that the house press.
The house press, huh?
Because it's shaped like a house.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it's shaped like a house, and it is a brutal defense to try and beat if you run it correctly. And Steinman Ross, her 3 attempt, she's a little bit short. Marion down 11-17 at the end of the first quarter. And, folks, we'll be right back for the second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for a second quarter. I'm Scott Cameron for Todd Schneider. This is a Harding High School telecom production, and we are glad to bring you the Prexies versus the Shelby Whippets tonight as Harding comes out the ball in the second quarter, chasing the 1-2-2 half-court trap by Shelby. And we are actually watching live also with the ADD powers of males.
That's
the
right.
Male gender. We're double watching the Bengals play and watching our Lady Prexies as the ball goes out.
It's not every day the Bengals, A, make it to the playoffs, and B, could possibly win a playoff game. So you'll excuse us for our love of the NFL.
We were what, 8, 9 years old, right, when the last time they won a game?
Playoff game,
9
yeah.
or 10? 9 or 10 years old?
Yeah, it was 1990, 91,
yeah,
roughly.
90, yeah. Oh, nice little shot there put in by Haley Baker. 1911. Once again,
Ooh, she got away with a walk there, I thought.
The difficult thing.
Justice Steinman Ross.
Speaking of shooting that nice. Mid-range and three-point shot. That's it. But here's the thing. If she gets her feet set, she's got a great shot.
Oh, nice block.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that Paige?
Oh, yes.
That's a nice block.
Mitchell drives to the hoop, and Steinman Ross
Justice Steinman Ross. And just like that, the Lady Prexies have clawed to within 4 of the very powerful state-ranked Shelby Whippets.
Paige Powers, she was injured. At first couple games, she struggled. But she's really, Paige took a gamble and got beat. But it's been nice to see her get comfortable, come back, and everything going on, man. She's trying to recover and just trying to get back in the swing, but she's so athletic.
Well, and Paige being out there really helps their depth substantially.
So much.
Substantially.
Yep.
Prexies, I believe, are called for a foul. That's 5 for Marion, 4 for Shelby. So been pretty even as far as fouls go.
Shelby bringing the ball down the court. And, folks, we are happy to announce on the broadcast that the Bengals have won. And
absolutely. And I am a Browns fan, and I will always be a Browns fan. But
you got to root for Ohio.
Well, I know some long-suffering Bengals fans, some of whom have passed away recently, and I know some people that were very dear to me, so I know that they'd be very happy right now, so I'm happy that they would be happy.
Haley Baker throwing it down for the Whippets, 23-15. Shelby, 5:47 left in the half. Shelby, the whole point of
Keani Jackson,
the whole point of that 1-2-2 press is the first pass that is made coming down the floor, it just gets choked. And so next time they come down, if you watch that first pass, it gets choked. Anywhere near the 45s, it just gets killed. And it is it is a very difficult defense to beat unless you do it correctly. Oh, a little bit of a travel, but good effort by Mitchell to recover that, getting the steal. Giving off to Steinman Ross. There's the trap. There it is. See, first pass. That first pass, that's brutal.
Shelby's coach smartly calls a timeout. Yeah, 30-second. We'll stick around here.
Hey, so what's going on in the, those who are watching, most of the people may be from Marion. So what's going on community-wise? Anything to report community-wise? Because you are the chairman of the committee.
President of City Council, yeah. We swore in some new City Council members. We also have a new treasurer. We had an organizational meeting on January 1st where the President Pro Temp was elected. A clerk was reappointed, so we kept our clerk. And right now the city's just preparing for distribution of ARPA funds, which is the COVID money and got some new council members with some great ideas. So it'll be interesting to see what gets done in the next couple years. So right now, nothing super exciting to talk about, but that city's still running. Finances are good, and, things are pretty good in the good old M-Town.
And the changes are inevitable. That's how elections
sure,
run, right?
Absolutely.
So, it's just it's a new era.
Absolutely.
Not the baseball cap, but
and the reality is
nice little left-hand shot by Albert.
There is great shot. Well, and the reality is whoever wins elections, especially at the local level, those are the people who live on the same street as you, who live in town. They care about Marion, so regardless of political party, there's really no agenda. It's just people who want to make this town better for their kids and their grandkids and their family members.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
You don't become. Ooh!
That was a nice block. Paige Powers to Kimbe Mutombo in it. Man, that was nice. Oh, and that was a nice heads-up steal there by Olivia Baker. Olivia Baker.
There are 3 Bakers on this team. Now, I'm sure Trinity Baker, she's a freshman, number 12. She's probably related to one of them.
Probably some relation somewhere. Well, and I'm going to tell you, what I'm noticing here, what makes Shelby pretty good right now is their defense, and I think they pass the ball very well.
Yes.
Now, I don't have the basketball eye or the acumen that you do, but I mean, am I correct in that thought right now?
Yes. And the thing is that 1-2-2 half-court trap defense, the entire purpose is to cause chaos to where you cannot really distribute the ball down low. That's really you can, and there's ways to do it, but it's very difficult to do. And so they don't want Justice. They're basically forcing Justice out of the paint.
Seems like pretty much they double whoever has the ball.
Yes, that's the whole purpose of it. So that's what I mean. You have your first pass, and then it's supposed to be whoo,
gotcha.
And they flock to it. And it's going to be a full timeout. Hey, let's take a little break here. 15:27. We'll be back.
Marion Harding High School Telecom Production.
In addition, Global Logistics analyzes the acquisition of goods, how the goods are stored, and the methods of transporting the goods within a supply chain. At Harding High School, we are proud to offer a 2-year class in the study of global logistics. In this class, students will receive an English credit for taking Logistics 1. They will also participate in multiple field trips, making connections through real-world projects with local businesses. These students will obtain Career Pathway Logistics certification, earning 12 credits for graduation. Students may also earn Lean Six Sigma certification, giving them a credentialed advantage in the job market. However, most importantly, logistics offers transferable life skills including communications, economic forecasting, workflow optimization, general management, and financial planning skills that will make them invaluable to any career they pursue.
All right, we're back. And, hey, did you know we see Matt Klaus walking across here?
Yes.
He was a frequent visitor of our games. It was his birthday not too long ago.
Well, happy birthday, Matt Klaus. Happy birthday, Matt Klaus. Hey, something actually just happened about 5 to 10 minutes ago for the first time in recorded history. Somebody texted their friend and were excited about the Bengals winning an NFL playoff game. The first text having been sent the year after they won their last playoff game.
I know. It's amazing.
I know. It's crazy.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
In the era of COVID.
I heard they have this thing on computers called the Internet.
Wow. Nice backdoor pass.
The interwebs.
The internets.
The internets. The interwebs. I heard you could look up the weather. Holy cannolis.
And Shelby's gone back to a man defense, and Paige really trying to play a strongman ball with Albert and gets called for the offensive foul.
You know what, though? That's the type of foul I'll take all day, every day.
I'll take that foul all day, too.
All day. You know why? Because you're kind of imposing your will a little bit, and you're in the paint being a little nasty, and that's okay.
You need that attitude.
You have to.
At some point. So, now, if we were down by 40 points, probably not, or up by 40 points, probably not the best, but We're still trying to win a ball game here, folks. It's 29. Oh, that's 29-15, and it's not completely slipping away. But Harding's going to have to try to do something to get it down into single digits before the end of the first half.
Well, this is a Shelby team that, much like Harding's basketball team last year, is very accustomed to scoring 60 to 70 points a ball game. And you don't see that a lot in girls basketball.
No.
You don't.
So,
I mean, I watched a high-powered boys basketball game last night and saw only 71 points scored by a team, you know?
Yes.
And that's not to say that girls basketball can't be high scoring, but they tend to not be as
it's the same reason why there's a lot of jump balls.
Exactly.
The game is just not as fast, so it's hard to score as many points.
Yes. Actually, I would say that girls basketball is played way more fundamentally sound than boys basketball.
It has to be.
Boys basketball is all about fast breaks and all that stuff, whereas girls basketball is very much about fundamentals.
And you have a team like Shelby that's very fundamentally
Absolutely.
strong. And last year, Harding's team was very fundamentally strong. It's just so good teams are fundamental.
Well,
that's just the way it is. Girls
and I got to tell you, man, because I'm kind of an old.
Jackson kind of came
Looks
down.
like Keani Jackson came down a little rough there. Let's hope she's okay. I'm a little bit of an old school guy, so I like watching fundamental basketball a little more. That's why I really enjoy watching college basketball a lot more over the NBA. Now, the NBA is fun, don't get me wrong, but I enjoy college basketball a little bit more. So girls basketball can be very fun to watch because of the fundamentals aspect of it.
Yes, and not every shot's a swish.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah, no, absolutely.
It's just like, oh, boy.
Yep.
As Baker drives it to the hole, and man,
God, that was a nice
great
move.
play.
Holy smokes.
So, I mean,
she's that little underhand finger roll there. It was even contested.
They have
and she still made the shot.
3 seniors on this team who I'm sure are going to be looked at for the next level, and they just clearly, that's the kind of players that they are. And so, really, if you think about it, right now we have 4 seniors on the court. They're probably that's a walk, and they didn't get called. Well, we got 4 seniors on the floor between the 2 teams. They're probably going to be playing ball at the next level next year.
Well, you know what else Shelby does well? Man, they rebound well.
They do.
Holy smokes! They're like a swarm of flies in the paint. Man, they're everywhere. They're just anytime a Harding girl tries to get a rebound, there's like 3 Shelby girls right there on top of her.
Yes, and what they do is they monitor their hips. And what I mean by that, if you are monitoring your hip defensively,
you're able to turn a little bit better to get the ball?
Yes, you're able to turn
Gotcha.
and put a butt in a crotch and block out. And
Gotcha.
So
basically box out more or less.
Because where your feet are, that's where your hips are, and they guard their hips.
That's a nice take by Justice.
It was. Dribbled that ball in.
Nice take by Justice.
And quick transition by the Whippets.
A Whippet, by the way, is a greyhound-like. Is it a greyhound?
I don't
Is a Whippet a type of dog, or is
it's a type of dog? I don't think it's a greyhound.
Is it a racing type dog?
It is a racing type dog. Yes.
They might be the only. Are there other? Oh, kickball. Are there? I wonder if there's any other schools where the mascot is the Whippet. I've heard of the Salukis. We've heard of the Bulldogs. I don't know though. How come no one's ever naming their team after like the Retrievers?
I know the Labradors. It's stolen by Maurice.
Nice steal. Or the Schnauzers.
That would be intimidating.
The Chihuahuas.
Just can't corral the ball.
She
and
can't.
Dribbling around. No jump ball. We're gonna keep playing, and that was a little chaotic 10.5.
Little bit.
Oh my goodness.
17-33, folks. We're gonna go to halftime. Stick around with us with a Marion Harding High School Telecom production.
historic OK Cafe.
Pizza, calzones, subs, sandwiches, and more. Our fresh dough is made daily, topped with your favorite ingredients and made to order.
Stop in for our lunch buffet or check out our many daily specials.
Looking for something to do?
Come in and check out our giant projector screen on game days. Sing with friends on karaoke nights and dance the night away with live entertainment from your favorite local bands.
So even though Rex might have a short reach, we'll never come up short on service.
So remember, when you're hungry, check out the OK Cafe, home of the giant 20-inch Pizzasaurus Rex made to order. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Come to the historic OK Cafe, located at 734 East Center Street, Marion made for over 80 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in the second half. Thank you for joining us as the Lady Prexies are trailing the Whippets.
The Whippets
of Shelby. 17 to, I wasn't going to make the Whip It Good. I know. I'm sure they've never heard that joke. Do.
Devo, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rock group from Akron, Ohio.
They put too many people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They do.
It's not as illustrious now.
No, you're right.
Steinman Ross with a nice little step back jump shot.
Madonna's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's not even rock and roll.
No, it's not.
Just call it Music Hall of Fame. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, just call it Music Hall of Fame. Just stop with the rock and roll.
Or Popular Music Hall of Fame, right?
I guess. That might be better.
Yeah. The Rolling Stone magazine, whoever we feel like. Next thing you know, they'll put Yoko Ono in there.
Thompson took a hard hit on her right hip, but she crowds herself. 19-35 is three-quarter pass. No trap set, really, just a single defender or to Jackson. And it is really close, about 9 seconds. That's pretty close to the violation. Mitchell kind of got tapped out a little bit there, and that would be a foul on Albert by Kumarius Jackson.
So I found that there's another school, the Whitewater Whippets. So there's at least one other school trying to figure out where Whitewater is located.
Yeah, it sounds like a Wisconsin or Minnesota
That's
kind
what
of.
I was thinking.
That is a strange, awkward-looking shot by Audie Albert, but somehow that went in. It's like a left-handed, not left-handed shot. Strange. But they go in, so I guess it matters most. And long-distance pass given to Steinman Ross. Find out how much a basketball weighs, Coach Snyder. Kumarius Jackson.
All right, we'll do that.
Front of the rim, over. Rebounded. Oh, get out of here. If she would have made that, that would have been an ESPN top 10 easily. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That would have been that. That would have been our fourth time someone would be on the ESPN top 10, right? Jackson shoots a shot.
All right.
Pressure put on by Nice.
Women's National Basketball Association used a size 6 basketball, which measures 27.75 inches and weighs 18 ounces.
Ooh.
So a pound and some change.
1 pound, 2 ounces. And Mitchell, once you put two hands on a offensive player, you're asking to get a foul called on. Yeah, that's that does. There it is. There's your information. I thought it might be 25. I said 25, I think. So, Sampson, I was way off. Jackson's going to take the ball out as they are Whippets. I think wanted to try and put some full court press on man press, but they really just, I feel like they extended almost their 1-2-2 press. And bad angle to bounce that off, and that's going to be an over and back.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not chasing that.
Nope.
Not chasing it.
And the Prexies will take the ball out. Thompson's going to have the ball out. Pass into Keani Jackson. From one Jackson to the other.
Is that a Jackson song from back in the day?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was like.
But now, since it's going to be published, I have copyright.
I thought maybe it was like a deep cut from a Jackson 5 album that nobody had ever heard but you. One Jackson to another.
It's you have to listen to it backwards. Backmasking.
You know, that is kind of cool when you think about the fact that you've got sisters out there playing together, you know? That's cool, man. I remember only playing a sport with my brother once as he was 3 years older than me. My first year in Little League football was his last year. So we played football together 1 year, and that was it. We never played a sport together, an organized sport together again.
Did he ever get mad at you?
You know what? No, my brother was pretty cool to me, man. I remember when we first got our pads. One of my greatest childhood memories, when we first got our football pads, we put them on and we went out back and just tackled each other. It was awesome.
Jackson puts up a shot, banks off the back of the iron.
Oh,
giving up to
put a little too much.
When in doubt, I feel like when in doubt tonight, if I'm not sure who the player is immediately, I could just yell out Baker. Shelby's going to take a timeout.
I keep wanting to make like a baker's dozen joke or baking a cake or baker or something, and I'm just coming up short.
Bacon and cheddar.
Ooh, there we go.
I tell you what, we have a full time out here, so let's talk a little bit about the Harding High School Telecom.
Absolutely.
We've had John on here calling games and stuff, but it's basically a media class.
Absolutely.
That we run at Harding, and it's all about making presentations, digital media, and so that's how we're able to bring this to you. So we have kids that help run the programs.
Absolutely.
And film the games. And actually for football, this last year we had it was a very interesting time because John Mullins, who heads that up, he was out for a few weeks. And those kids, it's you, me, Corey, and the kids, and we were able to, step in. And that was
absolutely. Well, and the thing is, we put together a product. Now, mind you, the product was nowhere near the quality that people are used to when they watch telecom. But the students stepped up.
Correct. And
absolutely.
That's the thing. You can. They always say, in the absence of a leader, you can tell how well it's run if it can still be run. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
It was fun. It was good. So we have a lot of great things to offer at Marion City. As Mallory Gundrum tried to offer up a 3-pointer for the Whippets.
And it should be noted too that we've got 4 or 5 alumni of Mr. Mullins' program or the telecom program in general that are doing big things. We got a guy who works in California, Hollywood, on Modern Family Show. We got a young lady who is on TV. She's
talking about Kaylee Bowers?
Yeah, broadcaster is at Kentucky.
Yeah, it's Kentucky.
Yeah, yep, ABC affiliate in Kentucky. We've got another young man who's going to NYU Film School right now. Now think about that for a second. Okay, so he graduated and he's a documentarian actually. Yeah. Man, you're telling me Kyle Goings has been out of high school long enough to be a college graduate? Wow. Do you feel old yet, Coach Cameron?
I
remember back when these kids
candy bars had a nickel.
They had flip phones.
You remember when Butterfingers used to be 12 inches long?
I do. I'd take a nickel down to the store and say, "Give me some licorice."
Wait with the rebound.
as we do our old.
Here's the problem, folks. We don't normally jaw this much, but since we haven't been around each other for a few weeks,
it's been a while. Oh, nice,
nice put in
nice
there by
shot.
Mitchell.
Yeah, I feel like we're catching up on all the games that we weren't able to do together because of my absence.
And Steinman Ross pokes it, but gives it back out to Baker and puts it right back down low, and no one apparently wants to get the rebound for the Prexies. Mitchell tries to, and Thompson says, "I'll take it."
Well, I'll tell you what, though.
And they'll get the foul called on.
5 from Gundrum turned around to help up Mitchell, just saying, "Hey, listen, man, we're down here scrapping in the paint. We're trying to rip each other's heads off, but it's not personal.
It's a mutual respect."
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's 23-37. It's been pretty even, fairly even since the halftime, right? So, gives orders. Steinman Ross fakes, goes the other way, and she's going to walk herself into a trap. Gives off to Paige. Paige gives off to no, I'm sorry. That was
Hannah White. And senior Hannah White.
Paige made a 3 last game, and I saw her the next day in class. I said, that felt good to make that in. She's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, feel like you're kind of getting back in the swing thing? She's like, yeah, it's coming. So she's.
Let me ask you this, though. As a basketball player, would you rather be able to rain down threes or be the greatest dunker of the basketball in the history of mankind? Would you rather be Steph Curry or Vince Carter?
Threes.
Yeah.
It's worth more points. Now, dunks can really change the momentum. It's more of a psychological basket. But especially at the high school level, high school and college, it's more psychological at that point. Because in the pros, nice left.
Nice move.
Left. But three-pointer, yeah, I mean, which one's worth more? Three or two?
Well, and
it's just a simple.
And 3-pointers, if you're good at them and you're able to hit them multiple times, they're backbreakers. But you live by it and you die by it.
You know the old Woody Hayes, I couldn't go for 3?
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what interview it was, but someone was asking, like, why do you shoot so many threes? And the player said, because they're worth more than 2s. and I remember reading it. I think I was in college, because they're worth more than 2s. I was like, oh, that's a great answer.
He ain't lying.
And I don't think Mitchell realizes that she can move that baseline, and that opens it up as the Prexies have numbers. Nice bounce pass given back and forth. Nice job by Hannah White. And
nice.
Justice Steinman Ross bringing us within 12 points, so a little bit of an itchy back to the scratchy.
Well, and the thing is,
that should have been a walk. Oh, they instead called.
Oof. Well, the thing is, if you want to beat a team that's had the success that Shelby's had this year, you gotta keep it close. And I gotta give the Prexies credit. They've
kept it within shooting distance.
They've kept it close enough to where they could claw back in it with a run.
Yep, they can make a run.
Yeah, because let's be honest, man. Basketball is a game of it's a game of momentum and it's a game of runs, and it's one of those things that unless you're leading by like 25-ish, 30-ish, no lead is really safe.
Yep, and we've talked about high school basketball all the time. Strange things happen. Steinman Ross gets in the paint.
Ooh, that should have been a foul.
I could hear that up here with the earphones on.
Earphones on and me blabbering next to you.
And I could still hear the slap.
True story.
So
true story.
Ooh, a little bit of a reach by Jackson. Ooh.
That's a makeup call.
Yes.
That's a makeup call.
That was, yeah.
Olivia Baker's like, she's giving the Joey Bosa. She's like, what up with that?
Yeah,
even Shelby's coach has got a little.
It's almost like
perplexed on
everyone
that one.
knows that's probably a makeup call, but you still have to do your thing of like, well, what the heck?
Yeah. What are you, blind?
For this particular play, yes.
The basketball gods had to make sure that everything. Oh,
I think someone was supposed to roll back.
That had to be it,
and they didn't do it. And there's a scrum with a jump ball. Harding trailing by 13. And the
Prexies ball.
Okay.
Gracie Thompson.
We used to have I thought we used to have a little jump ball thing up there the past few years, but I guess we don't anymore. That's all right.
Well, I think we do, but I
don't know if it's been up there much. Because the waning bottom ends, though, she's going to get trapped, and that's going to be a jump ball back to the Whippets.
And I think it is
16.5.
I don't know.
No, that's the bonus.
Oh yeah, it is. Good call.
I don't know why.
Yeah, good call.
I don't know what.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Good call. Maybe my eyes aren't what they used to be there, Mr. Cameron.
Oh, I remember just being able to see those 12-inch Butterfingers. As
Did you get him from Old Man Ratchet?
I got it from Benjamin Franklin. You remember that store? Used to take my 24-hour photo.
Who was
Simon Ross.
Simon Ross. Oh,
that would have been a big 3 because that would have drawn us to to that 10 mark.
Who was the bad guy in It's a Wonderful Life? Like
Potter.
Yeah, Mr. Potter.
Hey.
You'll never be anything, George Bailey.
You were just a few hours ago. You were told me that. What do you mean there's Pottersville?
Well, the money's not here. It's at George's house. It isn't.
I'm gonna do what I should a long time ago. Call the police on you.
I tell you what, that is a great movie, though. It is a great movie. But Frank Capra, who actually wrote and directed the movie. First of all, it was a box office failure actually when it came out, and it ended up becoming a classic years later because all the times it was run on television. But Frank Capra actually came out and said he didn't see it as a Christmas movie, which is crazy. Okay, so Mr. Mullins was just saying that the movie was such a box office bomb that I think whatever picture company made it and Frank Capra, it never got copyrighted. So the moment it was no longer copyrighted, it became public domain. So it just got played on a loop on television, and a generation of Americans fell in love with it, and now it's this timeless classic.
Iconic film.
Yeah, but Frank Capra himself said he didn't see it as a Christmas movie. But that's like Die Hard.
Die Hard is clear, and I tell you what, Die
Hard's a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. It's a Christmas movie. Yes.
Die Hard 2 is a
What's
great
that one called? Die Harder?
No, it's Die Hard. Yeah,
just Die Hard 2. Actually, Die Hard 3 is called Die Harder.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh yeah, Die Hardest.
That's the one with Samuel L. Jackson. But Die Hard 2, it takes place during Christmas also. It's almost like they're like, no, we're going to make this a Christmas film.
So listen, we're going to go on record as saying, 1, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. 2, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And 3, It's a Wonderful Life is certainly a Christmas movie. I don't care what the director, Frank Capra, says. It's a Christmas movie. Yeah. So there you go. Christmas movie. That being said, I know Christmas is past us, but what's your favorite Christmas movie there, Coach?
Easily Home Alone.
Sarah Reiser with a couple shots there.
Home Alone's pretty fantastic.
Home Alone? Okay.
It's that one and Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Those are, it's hard to have a 1, but there's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Christmas
Vacation is
Redemption.
good.
It's like Shawshank Redemption when it's on.
Oh, nice save.
Nice save by Simon Ross. Unfortunately, it's cut off by Nice.
Good hustle by Anaya Mitchell.
Rim and can't get the dribble in. Rebound by Mitchell, who looks up and has a 3-1 advantage if she gets it up there and tops it.
Crazy Thompson! And one! Woo! I got palpitations. I'm excited.
I noticed. And that's good. Draws us to within 12. And
I'm a fan of Elf.
I like Elf.
Now, you know what genre I've never really dug? There's this weird subgenre of horror movies, Christmas horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never watched a single one.
Like Krampus?
And I refuse to watch them. You know why? Because, I love horror movies. It's my favorite genre of movies, but I'm not going to watch a Christmas horror movie. It doesn't make sense. All right.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's pretty good.
All right.
I'm just waiting for Titanic 2 to come out.
Titanicer?
The Titanic 2, The Sinking.
The Rise.
The Reckoning. You think Jack should have fit on that door? So do we.
He's back for revenge.
He's back for revenge.
and it's going to be 4 hours long. All right. All you Shelby folks who are listening, listen to us for the first time, we're sorry.
Yeah.
The Marion folks are rolling their eyes at us right now. Sorry, guys. Ooh.
And that's going to be turnover.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
well, I'm going to tell you, the Lady Prexies
they're hanging in there.
They're within 11, man. Listen, the first time they played, it was like 72 to like 30. It was bad.
So they're gonna have to. We got to do a couple. We got to score on 2 of the 3 possessions, and that's going to go back.
Well, and I got to tell you this. I got to give credit to Shelby because Shelby is a tough place to play.
Oh yeah,
tough.
It's a weird gym.
Place to play.
It's just kind of a strange gym for some reason.
I would be curious to know what their home record is, just overall over the last however many seasons. Maybe Marion just has a hard time winning there, man. I don't know, but they are tough at home. That's a nice bounce pass. Yeah, wow, that's a nice bounce pass.
That's the fundamentals we talked about earlier. And
man, I bet you they have practices that are just bounce pass practices. I'm serious, man.
They do pass very well, but that's something that's really kind of developed at an early age. And good follow up.
And that right there, folks, is what separates Shelby from everybody else.
Yeah,
their defense, their hustle down the court.
That's just hustle play. That's just hustle. Yeah.
And that's not to say that our girls aren't hustling or our girls aren't playing hard, but
oftentimes on breakaways, people are, I don't know why this is, but offensive players the trailer will not run as hard. And if you have that case where you miss it, they just had the person to hustle down and they benefited from it. 15-point lead.
We know the thing I love about hustle.
5.5 left.
The thing I love about hustle too, coaches can demand it, and you could create in and out. And you can create drills to help emulate it, but at the end of the day, hustle is just about the kid.
Ooh.
Hustle is just about the kid. Speaking of hustle, that was a nice hustle by Anaya Mitchell.
Yeah, and nice hustle. Haley Baker, I mean, again, she's third in scoring. She's third in steals in the conference. They are...
Well, there's a reason why.
Well-rounded, man.
There's a reason why they are the clear number 1 team in the conference.
Oh yeah, and
I'm gonna tell you, the Clear Fork girls are pretty solid. River Valley's girls, who we have beat, are pretty solid.
Yes.
But right now, the Lady Prexies are pretty much the 4th best team in the conference. And honestly, at the top of the pack, Shelby is by itself. You can flip a coin between River Valley and Clear Fork as to who's the next best team, and then you have the Prexies, and after that, there's a pretty big drop off.
Boy, the Whippets have their post game, their ability to score down low, hustle, really imposing their will. They've created a 20-point lead, and Coach White's going to take a timeout here, a full timeout. We're going to take a little break here for a little advertisement from the OK, maybe? Yeah, we'll see.
Get a pizza.
As a student of exercise science, you will gain real-world experience in anatomy and physiology, on and off-the-field injury evaluation, wound care, taping and bandaging, emergency care, exercise and rehab programming, and much more. For more information, contact your guidance counselor or see Coach Cunningham in Room 9. If you're the type of person that enjoys helping others, let Marion Harding's Health Technologies program put you on a career pathway that is in high demand. In our Health Tech program, you'll be introduced to the latest in medical technologies and practices. Be job ready by graduating with your state-tested nursing assistant certification.
I bought Guns N' Roses spaghetti incident. God, what else did I buy? Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus, classic Spirit album.
So Coach Snyder and I are just talking about
Yes, sir.
Legend Records there in Mount Gilead.
Great place, man.
Hey, and we didn't have
Love
the
that
OK.
place.
We didn't have the OK Cafe advertisement on there, but we did have the exercise science and the health science, and nothing makes you want to exercise or be healthy more than OK Corral and OK Corral.
OK Corral.
OK Cafe Pizza.
Calm down there, Wyatt Earp.
You got a fight coming.
And you know,
oh my God!
wow.
Olivia
Baker.
Wow. I mean, that was NBA range. That was pretty impressive.
Patty cake, Olivia Baker. Raining down threes like thunder from the heavens. Man. Well, speaking of exercise science, just another example of I thought she kind of got fouled on that. Just another example of the wonderful programs in Marion City School that nobody else in our county can even come close to touching with a 10-foot pole. And Coach Cunningham basically creates an atmosphere and puts kids in a situation to where they can become excellent athletic trainers.
I think something's happening here, Coach.
Sure, what's that?
I'm starting to wonder. Yeah, she has 1,000 points.
She does have 1,000 points.
That's why they're excited.
All right. Well,
I knew that was coming.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you. Congratulations to that young lady. And I'm happy that years later, Shelby fans can tune into this ball game and see this young lady, Olivia Baker, scoring 1,000 points. And you know what's amazing? I kind of got goosebumps right now, man.
Yeah,
that young lady's
that's
name
good.
is going to be put in the hallways of Shelby High School, and kids 20, 30, 40 years from now are going to see Olivia Baker's name on the wall.
Right.
And that's special.
It is.
That's something that's going to live on. Because I'm telling you, there are names on that wall in Marion Harding High School that I walk by every day, and I know that person's name, and I know who they are. Why? Because they did something special like this young lady just did and
Correct.
scored 1,000 points. Kudos to that young lady.
It's
hard work, dedication.
They were very excited for that foul. I was like,
yeah,
that's.
I kind of thought that too. I'm like,
that's real. I'm like, is this a sub?
That's strange to be excited about a foul
like
that.
No, that's Baker. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, something's going on here. So,
1,000 points.
1,000 points.
Kudos to that young lady. That's just awesome. Good for her. That's a lot of hard work. Well, when you think about it, she scored 1,000 points. She's still got like 8-9 games just in the regular season.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes.
She could potentially end up with 1,200 points. 12,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Good for her. Congratulations. Well done.
Wasn't quite able to get that 1,001 one,
no,
though.
Have you ever seen the movie Mr. 3000 where they actually go back and they find out he only had like 2,997?
Yeah. Wasn't Bernie Mac in that?
Yeah.
Oh, the great Bernie Mac.
So she officially has 1,000. So good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, young lady.
Steinman Ross at the line.
Glad that we played some part in
her history.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kudos to her and to the Shelby fans.
Even though at this point, honestly, parents from Shelby probably have us muted.
They do. I guess I can't blame them.
And, I was telling you that the gentleman came up to me and asked about the live streaming.
Sure.
Games. I'm wondering if that was her dad.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, all right.
Prexy's still playing hard, though.
Haley Baker finding herself in a little bit of a pickle, and the squirt of it drawled to the other Baker.
All right, well.
Baker to Baker.
Olivia Baker gets to go to the line and see if she can add to her 1,000 points.
Baker 1-9, going for 1,001.
There we go. 1,001. Looks like Shelby's getting some of their youngsters in the game.
3:17 left, 24-point game. Alexis Booker into the game. Eve Schwemley, a freshman. 14, Sophia Long, she's a freshman. Yeah, so getting some experience, getting some minutes here. As Mitchell takes the ball, gives around the bend to Paige, and she loses possession of the ball. And there was a jump ball called, and that's going to belong to the Whippets.
The Whippets. Wonder why they chose the Whippets as
Why
their
don't
mascot.
you like pineapples on pizza?
Just shouldn't go on pizza, man. And I like pineapple. It just shouldn't go on pizza.
I like pineapple. I like pizza, but not pineapple and pizza.
True story. Just because you like two things doesn't mean they should go together. Like peanut butter and sausage. I don't know. That might be good, though. I don't know. Could be.
Like
I might try it tomorrow.
Like marshmallows and hot sauce.
There you go. Mustard and milk. Those things would be terrible together.
Sounds like a third-grade concoction of some kind. Is Alexis Booker.
That's a nice move by that young lady.
Right around the arc and just had a nice little dip around, making a shot.
Prexy's got some youngsters in, too.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we have Brielle Stone in there and
Jalea Woods, I believe.
Yep, and it's finding Mitchell, and Mitchell puts up
nice.
a nice little jump shot. She kind of got hit in the.
Look like she hitting the stomach there,
or around somewhere there. She's okay though, pulling well.
Looks like she got the wind knocked out of her there a little bit.
Uncomfortably, but Mitchell looking up, finds Brielle. Brielle off to Kumaris.
Sophia Pedraza passes to.
Back to and probably could have been called for a foul, but they didn't call it.
Nice hustle by Woods, though. She didn't give up.
Yep. Woods definitely hustled. Just ball ripped out from Pedraza's hands, and it will end up with the Whippets. Oh, man, they were giving away pizza. Hey, get your daughter. Get your daughter. Tell her to get pizza. Hey, Schneider. What?
My youngest daughter's
text
down
her
there.
Now. Shoot her a text, Tom.
You want some food there, Mr. Cameron?
Hey, if they're giving away pizza, I mean.
The best food is free food.
She did not have possession when her knee was down, so that's how they got around it.
For a second there, I thought she might have twisted an ankle. I was a little worried
there. A little funky. Mitchell with a nice floater.
Man.
See, those are the things where there's moments where you see her do things like that, and it's like, man.
She just.
That's why she starts.
I love that kid's motor.
But it's just, it's just.
And here's the thing about Mitchell, too. She's a freshman.
Yeah.
What a bright.
And she has a lot of potential.
I'm gonna say maybe 3 years from now we could be celebrating this young lady's 1,000th point.
Yep. Very possible.
And we have a lineage of very great female basketball players here at Harding High School, especially in the last nice shot there by Eve Schwemley. Especially here in the last 15-ish years, we've had some amazing female basketball players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jessie Jenkins, Shantae Dyer, Fallon Stevens,
Araya
Douglas.
Yep.
Nicole Flock was just a solid, amazing ball player.
And brought in by Pedraza. Mitchell ends up with the ball. Driving to the lane, and whoa, nice floater just off the back of the iron.
I thought that might have been a walk.
Yep.
Probably one of those things where they realize.
Oh, we're going to be here for a dunk. Just kidding.
Is a driving layup like that the equivalent of a dunk in a girls' game, though?
It's done. Again, a dunk is more of a psychological thing. It's still 2 points. It doesn't matter. It's hard to do, but yeah.
All right.
So, hey.
That's it, folks. Shelby stays unbeaten. Congratulations to Olivia Baker in her 1,000th point tonight. Congratulations to the Whippets of Shelby, who now moved to 14-0. Lady Prexies moved to 7-6, and they will be back in action Tuesday against Big Walnut. So until then, folks. The boys. I'm sorry.
Boys will be at Big Walnut.
So until then, folks, stay happy, stay healthy, go Prexies, and have a good weekend, everybody.